So we've been looking at the existing built-in databases. It's not very exciting. Well, this may not be all that exciting either, but this is a step in the right direction. We're going to learn how to create new databases. So these will be an empty database. It's just like an empty bubble that we then will put our database information inside of. But all that it starts out as is an empty shell that has a name. So the way that this works, by the way, the syntax that I've written here, anytime you see this in these slides, these angle brackets mean you replace this with your own name. So you don't actually write those angle brackets. So create database and then pet store or soap store or dog app. Now, in terms of how you name these, you want to come up with something unique. That is obvious. You're not going to be typing this all that much, honestly, compared to the names of the entities inside the databases. But it should be an obvious name that makes sense, right? It should be meaningful. You technically can put spaces, but it can cause problems, so I highly recommend against it. You won't really see anybody put spaces in them, so just don't. But you can use underscores, what we would call snake case, or camel casing, uppercase letters for each word. It doesn't matter. You just want to come up with a name that makes sense. Now, in terms of the capitalization here, this also doesn't actually matter, but this is really common in SQL. We'll see this all over the place. Basically, you capitalize all the SQL keywords like create and database that are always the same, and then that helps it stand out from your content, like the name. So you don't have to. I'll show both, but you probably should, just to make it easier. So I'm going to make a new database. I'll make a couple. Create database. I'm going to do it from the command line first in my MySQL shell. Create database. Let's call this, pet shop. Just like that. Now, again, I need the semicolon. And if I forget it, that's okay, because my prompt sort of reminds me it's waiting. That's what that arrow means. It doesn't say MySQL. It's just an arrow. Again, it's sort of like, okay, what else? Hurry up, finish. I'm going to hit semicolon, enter, and it doesn't matter that it was on a separate line. MySQL doesn't care about how we break up our commands across lines. So this works, and you'll see I get a message, query OK, one row affected. And if I now run my show databases command, I can just use the up arrow to cycle through commands I've run. And I'll see I have a pet shop database. Okay. So simple enough. Let's just do one more. I'm going to clear my screen, create. This time I won't do it uppercase just so you can see. It still works. Create database. How about a slime store? We sell slime. Let's do uppercase here, slime store. And then I'll put my semicolon there. And if I do show databases, and this time I'll do this in all caps as well just to show you, we see slime store alongside pet shop. So we have these two empty containers now that eventually, shortly, we'll put data inside of. Now let's hop over to the workbench. I found a way to increase the font. It's kind of a pain, but what I'm going to do here is show you that first off, on this left side, I have a list of databases that the workbench knows about, and it should know about these databases I just made, but it doesn't. I have to tell it to refresh. So there's a button right here to refresh it, and now I see pet shop and slime store. Let me see if I can make this larger. Well, I just spent like 5 minutes Googling. There's no way to change the interface font size over here, so I'll just have to zoom in post-production. But as you can see now, when I refreshed, I have two new databases that are showing up, or two, they're not new, they were created over here, but their names are showing up, pet shop and slime store. And I could create a database from within here if I wanted to. Create database, I don't know, what should we call this one? How about chicken coop? Just like that. And then I hit this lightning bolt. It runs this script. And down here, I get a response that said that worked. One row affected, create database chicken coop. And if I refresh, we now see chicken coop show up here. I go back to this side. If I do the same thing, show databases, we now have chicken coop. So once again, just confirmation that we're working in the same world, just two different sort of portals into it. One is the terminal, the other is this MySQL workbench, which this is really a tiny font. I got to figure something else out. Anyway, that is how we create databases. They're empty shells. They're a husk of a database. The next thing we need to do is delete them and learn how to use them.